Hello, I am Matthew Ong, Advisory Specialist in Nutanix. Today, let's look at the journey towards self-service. This is a day in the life of an overloaded IT. The developer submitted requests to the IT support team to request for infrastructure. The IT support team will create different tasks for the various teams to fulfill the request. This process will take a few days to weeks or even months. Let's imagine that if we can collapse this process into an approach where the developers can self-service in the marketplace. We can condense this response from a couple of days down to a couple of minutes. Let's take a look at this process flow when the customer is on the early days of adopting self-service. The cloud system administrator wants to maintain control. They will go to the marketplace to request for a virtual machine. The system will provision the virtual machine and create the application in the system projects. The cloud and system administrator may perform additional tasks. Subsequently, the cloud and system administrator will hand over the application and the virtual machine to the developers or to the tenant. The developers can now perform operations on that virtual machines. Now let's take a look from the project perspective. On the left hand side, you can see that the activities that are performed in the system admin projects. Subsequently, when the cloud administrator or the system administrator hand over the application and VM, the applications and VM are being transferred to the tenant 1 projects. The developer team can subsequently access the virtual machine and perform day 2 operations such as power on, off, or to change the VM spec. Now let's take a look at the demo. I log in to the marketplace as the system administrator. The system administrator will go to the marketplace to request for Rocky Linux virtual machine. They will fill in some content. Then with this, I will click on deploy. It will take a few minutes for the deployment to complete. The application is finally in the running state. I can see that the VM have already been provisioned and the VM have also joined the Active Directory domain successfully. Let's take a look at the service, and I can see that an IP address has already been assigned and the VM is being assigned to the system admin projects. Now the system administrator will go to the marketplace, search for the change app ownership Rumble, click on get, click on execute, select an application to transfer, Rocky Sys Admin 3, and then we are now going to change this to the tenant 1 projects, and we will click on execute. The Rumble is now in the success stage. Let's take a look at the projects. Now let's click on the workload. and I can see that this virtual machine is now in this tenant 1 projects. Now I have logged in as the tenant 1 developer. I can access the app Rocky sysadmin tree, and when I scroll down and look at the application summary, I can see that it has been assigned to the tenant 1 projects. I can also go into the service. I can put it into the virtual machine. As a developer within the tenant 1, I also have access to perform the day-to-day operations for this virtual machine. In summary, MCM self-service can align to your business process while you scale up your automation journey. Thank you for watching. See you next time.